Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and this is the Friday LEGO Let's Chat. We are working on the Soundwave set, the Transformers LEGO Soundwave set. It is set 10358. It's over 1,500 pieces, but we're on bags 5 and 6 today, so that should be a solid, I guess, next step in, I'm assuming, his chest and maybe his head. I don't know what we're going to be doing next. The last time we opened up the bags, it was pretty easy to tell that it was going to be the torso, but this time it's anyone's guess. There is some yellow, so I'm assuming we're going to be doing more of the front here. So we'll have to see what's up. Dan Squealet, good to see you. Hello. Eclipse RM, good to see you again. Some folks here in chat, Dan and Eclipse, were in my Discord last night for the live recording of the Citadel Cafe podcast. We talked about a bunch of new trailers for some nerdy stuff coming out, like the Mandalorian and the Grogu movie. We also talked about Avatar Fire and Ash, I think is the name of the new one. That's coming out in December. Mandalorian is not until May, so some stuff to look forward to. And then immediately after we stopped recording, there was a new trailer for the new Star Wars Visions animated shorts. And that is, I don't know when that's coming out, but I'm currently not subscribed to Disney Plus, as I'm sure some of you are not. So I don't know when that's going to be out. The good news is that it's not really a narrative that you have to keep up with, so you can kind of consume the Star Wars Visions whenever you want. I still haven't actually caught up on Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix. I like anthologies. I like animated anthologies, but I haven't really caught up on those as of yet. I need to kind of finish that up. My Netflix list needs a culling. There's a bunch of stuff on there that I just will never get to. Anyway, let's dive in here to the next bag. I was looking before the stream to see if I could find a way and a place to get some AI generated jazz or something on the stream, and I couldn't really figure it out. So we're listening to Harris Heller's playlists, which are supposed to be royalty free. I continually get dings on YouTube. What happens is another creator uses royalty-free music, and then they put a copyright on their video, and then YouTube thinks that they own the copyright to the royalty-free music. And so in the VODs, if you're watching this later on Joel Duggan VODs on YouTube, there is no music. It's only during the live Twitch streams that it's there, because I just can't be bothered to have to go through and hunt down all of the copyright stuff later on. It's a huge pain in the butt, and in the meantime you can't have any monetization on those videos, so I just avoid it entirely. But I do find it nice when someone comes in live to the Twitch streams to at least have something going in the background, because I'm not talking constantly during these. It's a little bit easier during Satisfactory or Minecraft streams to talk, because you can kind of narrate what you're doing, but sometimes with Lego it's not as easy. Definitely got some technical stuff going on. Maybe this is gonna be part of his arms? I don't know. The long pieces make me think it's gonna be definitely torso stuff. I don't see anything that says head. AI generated jazz wouldn't necessarily go along with Soundwave. I feel like the synth stuff is a little bit more in line. You see a sticker in my feature. I think it's a custom printed piece. There's a special bag. I think it's this. I think that's his chest plate, and I think the sticker is already on there. I hope it is. I had a funny thought the other day that I should have like one of those laser levels that people use when they're hanging tile and doing stuff that needs to be even. Project like a laser level across the top so that my top line's always straight. If you ever think, gee, that's really straight, it's because I'm lucky. I'm eyeballing it all the time. Mikatu, hello, how's it going? I love how closely to the original they could stay with the transformation in these sets. My uncle got the Optimus Prime set, and I can't, and I can shift it without having the instructions. Yeah, totally, Eclipse. I agree. I really like the Prime set, and I'm someone that has the original Prime somewhere. I think my only complaint about the original Prime toy is that he's not very big. Yeah, I much prefer. I can't remember the name. I think it's a Mack truck. I can't remember the name of the actual model, but the square cab. I don't like the GMC that they used in the Michael Bay movies. I prefer the classic look to Optimus Prime. Oh Boo subscribing at tier 1, 45 months. Thanks very much. Laserbeak eject, Operation Surveillance. That's a good quote. Obviously, you're a Transformers fan. I kind of wonder whether anybody is not a Transformers fan. Like, there's some people that can say, like, well, I never get into it. But disliking, like, the style of Michael Bay movies aside, like, if someone just looked at the concept, like, what are these? These are robots in disguise. They transform from robots into different things, vehicles usually. I don't know that anyone would just be like, that's dumb. You know? Like, I feel like most people were just like, yeah, I'm on board with that. I think even, you know, I'm thinking like my sister, for example, growing up. Like, Transformers weren't necessarily her thing, but she still thought they were neat. I think she appreciates the nostalgia a little bit now that we're older, but even at the time, it's not like she rolled her eyes. I really do not have the best layout going for this particular bag. Who doesn't like big robots? Yeah, I liked the first Pacific Rim. That was a good film. It was fun. I think I watched the second one. Is the second one the one with John Boyega? Because I didn't like that one. Squealet says, I didn't watch the Transformers as a kid, but still thought the premise was cool. I found it prime meme material, though. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm not aware of the prime meme. Bag 5 ready to go. Thought the dialogue was full of good one-liners and quotes. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, 80s cartoons always had those, like, catchphrases. Oh, sorry, I just banged my mic. I just realized I did not put the stream on Instagram. Man, I'm running the new iOS, and it is slow. Talking about this last night on the show. I'm not a fan. Oh, I think this is about where we are. We did that last time. Bag 5. Aha! We do want to get into this. I wonder what that symbol means. Like it's just like just a very specific piece. Pre-printed, yay. I'm glad I do not have to put a sticker on that. It makes sense too. It would be hard to do. Well, first off, we've got 2, 2, and 2. Two of these. I'm not sure how many of these are visible at the end of it. Looks like he's got mostly plates on the top of them. I'm noticing the set has quite a lot of these little light spots. Turn that around. I'm curious what this little yellow piece is going to be used for in his back. It's right there. Hey, Cosmic, how's it going? This is really intricate little bit here. Now this goes on top. This is probably his head. Maybe? I don't know. It's meant to rotate whatever it is. Hopefully we'll fasten that in place. Looks like we're going to put a cover on the front. Kiwi Soda, I've never hopped into a LEGO stream of yours before, and oh my god, this LEGO Soundwave is awesome. If I had the dexterity for LEGO, I'd buy it for sure. Well, thanks very much, Kiwi. Glad you're enjoying it. You can live vicariously, I guess. Yeah, this is one of my favorite things I do. It doesn't bring in a lot of viewers. It doesn't generate much. It's a really nice way for me to chill on a Friday. I find that my Saturdays can be very busy, especially like tomorrow we've got a double podcast. We've got the Spawn Chunks Minecraft Hangout at 10 a.m. for our Spawn Chunks patrons. That's where we talk with the members of the Spawn Chunks community and talk to them about their builds, and they get to show off screenshots and stuff. And that's probably 10 to 11. And then at 2 p.m. tomorrow, my time, is co-streaming Minecraft Live here on Twitch with Johnny, same co-host as on Spawn Chunks. Normally we would broadcast it on his Twitch channel, but now that we've got this co-stream thing going on, which we did for the tour of Westhill, we'll be broadcasting the coverage live on both. So I've got some work to do in terms of making sure I've got the right setup. As previously I was sending him all the video, and so I'd like to have both he and I visible on my channel. And I don't know how to do that. I don't think I guess I could capture his stream. It would be a bit delayed though. It's like it's all going to be very specific studs on the top, which is cool. Wow. We'll start with these ones. That will lock that down to make that rotate a lot easier. So this is asymmetrical because he's got that shoulder cannon. I think this might be one of the places where it's going to be located. Also, Laserbeak perches on his shoulder sometimes, and I think that this is probably what this is setting up to be done in the future. Smart. And weirdly, there's this little hole here. It's funny, they almost look like they're different colors. I know they're not, but these two look like they're different colors. Just trying to get some of those little white bits to point in the opposite direction. Nice. Cool. Oh, I see. This is just a... Oh, this is the perhaps... Oh, neat. So this is the eject button. So this is going to attach to the top of this. So that you can eject. Nice. That's cool. Blast Jordan, welcome back. Take care, Clips. Thanks for being here. Good to see you last night for the live recording, too. This is probably going to be where it attaches to the inside. Little clasp. So this is where I try to put no fingerprints on this nice clear piece of plastic. Very cool. I like when they do this. I like when they take like a long plate and then, or a long plate and then they put tiles across the top of it, but they break it up. Like that could have just easily been another piece, but by putting 3 in there, it just gives it some texture. Obviously, this is where they can hold the tapes. The latch and button mechanism for Soundwave's cassette bay was among the first parts of the model to be developed and remained mostly unchanged from its initial form. That's cool. I think Lego, I keep on saying this, I think Lego should do mini documentaries on every set that they make. People would eat that up. Like, imagine the views on that YouTube channel. That is so cool. Really, really simple. I'm not sure if you can see inside, but there's a little gray piece that the little grippy piece doesn't actually connect to it. There's nothing to grab onto. It just kind of wedges itself between. So there's just enough tension to keep it closed. And then that weird kind of like plunger looking thing that we built last time presses down on the angled part. And that's what pushes it out. And then gravity does the rest. Very cool. Lego knocked it out of the park with this one? Yeah, I think so too. I really like Prime. I thought Prime was pretty good. I do remember some challenging parts of transforming Prime, but Bumblebee I thought was problematic. I don't think Bumblebee transformed quite as well as he should have. Now what are we doing? Squealet used 100 bits. Thanks very much. Thanks for the heads up, Sandy. Sorry about that, Squealet. Did not see that. Really appreciate the support. I really have been enjoying how many tiles Lego has been using in most of their builds, not just the Transformers builds, but like a lot of the builds lately have had a lot of tiles and a lot of sides of bricks being used as the face of the design. It's way more unique, I think. I'm guessing this is part of his shoulder. Like that is very specific. Again, trying to handle this and not put fingerprints on the front of it. It's gonna be challenging. Yeah, definitely it's his shoulder. Okay. Whoops. Where did that come off from? I don't know where that was from. That looks right from that angle. Crap, I don't know where that came from. Well, that's frustrating. Where did that come from? I guess when I build the other one, maybe I'll find out. I don't see a spot for it. Because obviously we're going to build the other one now. It's really cool how it connects and folds along. It's essentially a shoulder blade. Oh, did I just find where it goes? I think I just found where it goes. Yeah, I think I got it. We'll compare them, but I'm pretty sure I figured it out. And again, it's a really good example of using 3 tiles across a plate to make it look more interesting. Maybe I don't know where that goes. I mean, they look symmetrical. What are all these for? Seems like a lot of pieces. Having little bits like this left over is one thing, but normally you don't have something like that left. That actually clips into the side, which is cool. Oh, you know what? I think I see it. Yep. I got that. I put that together wrong. Put it together wrong. Yeah, that feels a little bit more like Lego. So there's for people that might not be able to see, there's a little grippy piece here, and it grabs onto the left bar in there, and that's what keeps it in place. And then it's just like a little bit of tension. Neat. And that does give him like a little bit more of a chest. Like it's not much, but it does give him more of like a V shape. Cool. We are on to the next bag. Bag 6. 78. Cool. This is probably a good spot for me to take a short break. I do this about once an hour, folks. If you're enjoying the stream, drop me a follow here on Twitch, or check out the Joel Duggan VODs channel where you can watch Lego streams like this in their entirety. I make a playlist for every set. Very easy to go back and watch and catch up if you're curious about it. And I'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes. Kiwi, thanks for the lurk. Appreciate it. Time for bag 6. My guess is that this is going to be one of his arms. Whenever you see these ratchet type pieces, you always think arm related or joint related. Usually ball and socket. SweetSandi, thanks for the 100 bits. Appreciate it. For the second time. Thanks for the 100 bits just before the break, too. There are times when I regret that I no-load every bag, because sometimes there are just far too many of these little pieces. These are the little single studs with a bar on the back, are something that the designers really like for this set. But it makes sense because, like, when something like this, you know, when you've got an arm that requires hands and fingers and all that kind of stuff, like, there has to be some very specific functionality, posability. I'm glad you find it satisfying, Mikatu. I find it helps make these sets last longer. When you're spending a lot of money on Lego, it's nice when you're not done in like an hour and a half. That's crooked. If I can find a playlist for YouTube that'll be royalty free, then it would be good to put some music in the background for the VODs. But I just had to deal with a false positive this morning. And the thing is, like, here's what was really bewildering about it, is that YouTube said that an old Minecraft video of mine from a couple months ago couldn't be monetized, and that there was a song in it. And I was like, well, that's weird because I don't have any music in my Minecraft VODs. Like, there's a break song, but that doesn't go into the VOD. It never has. And when I went to the timestamp where it said there's a song here that's been copyrighted, one, it wasn't on the break screen. It was in the middle of me playing Minecraft. There was no music whatsoever. So I'm not sure what song YouTube thought it was hearing, but all I was doing was like landscaping in Minecraft. And so I had to say, like, I guess delete what you think is the song, YouTube? Like, I don't know what I could say to that, you know? I could contest it, but like 30 days to get that sorted out. Like, the unfortunate thing with these platforms is that they kind of have us all in a tight spot. How much of my day do I want to allocate to dealing with a false positive in a video that probably has, I don't know, under 100 views? The Twitch VODs don't really draw in a lot of views. I've been experimenting. I'm actually curious. There's about 20 of you here now. I got a decent amount of feedback on the Discord poll, and it was about 60% to 40%, or 70-30, in favor of not chopping up VODs into smaller 45 to 50-minute segments, just leaving the hour and a half or 2 hours or whatever that is as the whole video. So here in chat, I'm curious, Sandy, if you have a minute, if you could put up a poll and ask if people prefer watching stream VODs chopped up into smaller segments or as full-length VODs. I always cut out the advertisements now because it's a quick fix for on my end to cut out my breaks. So the little 5-minute breaks are not in the VODs. And those little breaks are where I would chop up the video to be like, 45 minutes or 55 minutes or like whatever it ends up being. But I'm curious for people here in chat if you prefer one way or the other. I don't know whether these finger pieces were specifically designed for Transformer sets. It feels like something that might have been for like Ninjaga or something. Poll is up. Thanks very much, Sandy. It doesn't matter to me. It's actually not much difference in terms of the amount of work. It's an extra couple of minutes. But I'm just curious. Because if I will tell everybody after they vote what gets better views. Again, not that my YouTube VOD views are astronomical, but let's do these ones first. Just a couple seconds left on the poll. What do you prefer, chopped up VODs or full length for watching later? Quickly in chat, how many people actually watch VODs? Like I find that I can't catch very many streamers live, so I tend to watch VODs on YouTube. I typically watch on YouTube, not Twitch, because I'm more of a couch consumer. Long VODs are better, 88%. But I think 7 people voted. That's how it went in my Discord as well. It was very much in favor of longer VODs. And anecdotally, I haven't been breaking up the VODs into smaller bits for very long on my VOD channel, Duggan VODs on YouTube, but I have noticed that the longer VODs get more views. I'm still going to do like parts 1, 2, and 3, but it'll be like when a project in Minecraft or a section of Satisfactory is more than one stream, then each stream will get its own part. But it'll have a unique thumbnail and be from like a different date, all that kind of stuff. Blast Jordan says, not only that, but I'm always told to either finish it or put it away somewhere. Weird way to talk about a VOD. I'm teasing. Squealet says, to be honest, I don't watch VODs as much as I used to. School life gets in the way. I'm way behind on finishing the Citadel. Kind of bummed I missed it. So waiting until I have time to knit and watch it. Well, you can always watch the tour. The VOD for the tour of Westhill is out. It's funny we talk about this because the tour is actually in 2 different formats. You can watch the tour as one single VOD, or you can watch it in a 3-part playlist. I forget how involved the designs of the Transformer arms are because of how articulate they have to be. Crazy amount of detail. Round pieces are the bane of my existence with this stuff. At least these ones sit nice. I'm not sure what these are from. I've seen them, I think, for the first time in these Transformer builds. These are round. They're almost like tires, but not quite. These ones. What did I say? 78? Yep. They spoiled us. I mean, they usually do, but I find it really difficult to see what pieces are which with the dark blue pieces. I can't see the studs on the top of these. Another really good example of using the sides of pieces and the tops of pieces at the same time for details. Really cool. Very satisfying. Oh, wow. Okay. This goes in here. This goes on the inside here. that. I like how they encase this by mirroring the plates in the bottom. Stickers. Number 7. Not quite straight. The annoying part is that sometimes these are really hard to get back off. Gotta be fast. Nope, I think that's on there. Crap. All right. I do wish sometimes that I know it would be expensive, but I feel like they should reprint some of this stuff. And his arms are huge. That's wild that that's Lego. Oh, cool. That's got like a little bit of a wobble to it. So it's probably for the transformation, it's probably meant to be stiff as an arm, but then meant to bend when you transform him. Like when an arm like folds up around the main chest cavity. Yeah, Silver, he's got the insignia on his chest. Absolutely. It's so interesting to see how they build up this, like the form with so many little pieces. We're doing this again. I'm surprised that that doesn't take longer. Because you're basically trying to fit the cross piston. I'm not sure what you want to call it. But you can't see the shape inside the ball. This goes on here. Wow. I love these little angled pieces that change the direction of the bricks. Another sticker. This goes on here like that. Cool. 11. These long ones are really difficult because it's really easy to get them off center. It's about as good as that's going to get. Smaller stickers are a lot easier. That's a fun detail. I hope his wrists aren't that flimsy. This might be both arms, you know? I said it before on the Bumblebee set. I'll say it again now. Pretty ingenious the way that they make these hands. Especially because they can usually hold the guns and stuff that they have too. I have to look. I think that the Autobot fingers are different. I don't remember Prime's fingers being so blocky. I feel like Soundwave's has got like new fingers that we've not seen before. Where does that go? Oh. That doesn't seem right. Dice stick, that's the right size. Oh. This is too far out. I was like, it feels flimsy. That can't be right. And I knew that this was too short. That's better. Got a double jointed elbow. Well, that's just not. I think the only gripe I ever have with these transformers is that there's often not a place that you can apply pressure when trying to transform them. Assuming that's probably to hold his gun, which is too bad. The other guys would just grab it like a normal. Just a spot. One right hand. I think I prefer building these guys as robots. It was a Bumblebee we built as a vehicle first. That's cool. Soundwave, Ravage, and Laserbeak all appear in the very first episode of the Transformers. I don't think I knew that. Now we just do the same thing, but in reverse. This usually goes a little bit faster. That the arm is really cool, minus the pain of putting on the stickers. Squealet has used 100 bits. Thanks very much. Appreciate it. I'm not hearing the notifications. Are you guys hearing the notifications, Sandy? Thanks for the heads up. Sorry, Squealet. Didn't mean to miss it. Let me see if I can rehear this. You know what it is? It's very similar to the music. What it is. Normally I don't have music going. Even in games that I play, I don't have the game's music going. So I'm probably missing it because of the music. Because the music is much louder for me than it is for you, and I don't have a way currently of controlling that. I'd have to run things through a virtual audio software, and I always find them buggy and problematic. They're never as easy to set up as they should be. I have not done that yet. These things mean business, man. And it's time for another sticker. 6. A few of these tracks I use for the intro for Satisfactory, and I absolutely recognize them. This might be easier to do here. I'm happier with that one. The Technic stuff is just always so fun. I wish I liked the look, the final look of Technic builds. I've never really been a fan. Last one of these, which is good because they are a real pain. They're the kind of connection that you have to put so much pressure on that you almost feel like you're going to break something. This I thought was really neat looking. The way that they handled this part. It's almost like it's all internal, but it almost like he's got forearm tendons. Like it's neat. It's a cool way to add like robotic detail. And I'm assuming it adds functionality, like his hand would fold down, right? Yeah. Cool. Another sticker. It'd be better if they were equal distance, but the shape of the sticker is not equal to the proportions of the size of the piece. There's actually more space on the top and bottom than there is in the left and right, so it's really tricky to figure out how to place it. What I'm doing when I'm doing it really slowly is I'm measuring visually like how it centers, and then trying to keep my hands steady enough when I put it down. We did it right this time. Did we? Now we did it right. I like that his arm can't hyperextend, so you can't go past straight, which is nice. The only problem with this particular piece and the way that his thumbs go is that his thumb does not have a lot of range of motion. I think I prefer the way that they did the other hands. Nice. One little piece left over. Looks like we're doing a leg or a foot next time. Yeah, he's going to be pretty tall. Like his legs are going to be down to there maybe? Ish. Very cool. Folks, thanks very much for being here. I really appreciate it. I do have to run. I have a meeting that I had to bump. That was at noon that I had to push back because this was taking a little bit longer than I thought. But I will pass you along to somebody else on stream, so don't go anywhere. We will raid someone. I will have to raid and run, so please be kind and enjoy the next community that you are jumping into. I will be back tomorrow for the Minecraft Live event. That is at 2 o'clock Atlantic, 1 o'clock Eastern. That's going to be co-streamed with Pixel Riffs here on the channel. I will not be doing, as far as I know, a regular Minecraft stream tomorrow. Don't think I can squeeze it in today, but I will. I'll let my Discord know if I can. Check out the Patreon page. It's patreon.com/JoelDuggan. That's how I can do more streams like this. It's how I can get more Lego into the system. That's how I can keep on doing what I'm doing. So if you enjoy this, please consider checking out patreon.com/JoelDuggan. It's only $2 a month. That's less than a cup of coffee. Keeps me streaming and keeps you entertained. So thanks very much, folks. I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.